G'day friends and welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're doing a road test on the Atomos Ninja V. Now it's a very powerful recording device, but today's question is, should a new videographer like me be using such a powerful device? So if you want to see what the advantages are for beginner videographers, well then stick around. So we're about to cross the ferry over and head over to the rocks, because what I want to do is I want to mount the Atomos Ninja V on my M50 and see if I can configure it so we can actually capture better images than what we can get out of the M50, you know, as it records into an SD card. Now it's only an experiment, but obviously when I first got the Atomos Ninja V, I didn't get it for this purpose. It is a multi-purpose recording tool that can do a lot of things. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's head down to the bay, catch the ferry across to Circular Quay, and then we will do some testing.
If you think that strategy's smart, I'm not gonna defend my beating heart.
Now if you ever come to Sydney, you're never going to be short of a place to find a great cup of coffee. So this is the Ripples restaurant right next to Luna Park, and they have good beans here. Now before the harbour bridge was built, the only transport north and south of the bay was through ferries. Now I'm so glad, unlike the trams that we used to have in Sydney that got pulled off and then reinstalled, the ferry service never actually stopped running, and so now you can still do great little trips. They're very cheap across the bay, and it's so touristy as well as just fun. So when you're in Sydney, make sure you grab your cup of coffee by the Ripples Hotel, and then you catch the ferry across to Circular Quay. I'm sure you have a beautiful time.
Is this part of an act, just to keep your image intact? If you think that strategy's smart, I'm not gonna defend my beating heart. Defend my beating heart. Defend my beating heart.
Not a bad little trip for $3.50. It's pretty good.
Talk to me.
Now I'm just above Circular Quay. This roadway is called the Cahill Expressway. Personally, I think it's an eyesore. Obviously, it's one of the main routes to actually get you from eastern side of Sydney across the city over the harbour bridge, and yeah, you know, I guess not all architects are smart architects, right? Anyway, the train station is just below us, the ferry terminals are just there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to walk all around the side and then get to there. You probably see my silhouette, but the point of this is that we're going to take the Atomos all the way to the top of the world, and we're going to see what details we can capture. So we'll talk a little bit about the specs of the Atomos, and we'll start walking and making our way there.
Knocked on my window and slept on my pillow.
The Atomos Ninja V is a portable recording device that's supposed to liberate you from the limits of what your camera can record internally. It can record up to 4K 60p at 10-bit HDR, which is quite amazing in HDMI 2.0. Now, my particular Atomos Ninja V has a 500 gig hard drive, which gives you about 80 minutes worth of 4K recording, which is quite amazing. Now, you can actually change the hard drives to proprietary ones, or you can use your own ones with the caddy that's included.
Strategy's smart, I'm not gonna defend my beating heart. Defend my beating heart.
Right, I'm in location now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the Atomos out of my bag, and I'm going to set it up and we're going to start taking some shots. By the way, the sun's hitting from the westerly side, so this is a view of as the sun's going down. It's about 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and this is Sydney.
Talk to me. Just talk.
The Atomos Ninja V also has 10 stops of dynamic range, so it can record in log, whatever your camera can output. Now, the M50 is not that clever of a little camera, but it does output in HDR. So I thought, hey, while I was mucking around with the settings of the camera, why not put it through its paces? Now, when I originally bought this device, was not to use it on my camera or the M50. It was primarily to record an external stream from my capture device when I was trying to do a live stream. So instead of going live, what I wanted to do was record it onto something that other than obviously my PC. So then I can quickly review it and do retakes if I needed to. So the Atomos Ninja V became a really critical part of my workflow when I was recording externally. The great thing about it is that not only can you record from cameras or video devices, but you can record it straight from your Xbox or your PlayStation 4, whatever it is that you want to capture in up to 4K quality. So once I set myself up, I'm on top of the southern pylon of the harbour bridge, and I took a couple of shots. So the first one I'm recording looking east towards the Opera House, and I did 3 minutes worth of HDR recording from the Atomos. At the same time, I was recording 3 minutes on the M50. I also did 3 minutes each of traffic down the harbour bridge, just to see if I could sort of capture anything that was going to give me some high dynamic range. So this is a shot of the M50 with just using the auto button on the Premiere Pro program, and this is a view of the Atomos also using the auto color function in Premiere Pro. So as you can see, there are very minimal differences from the output that the M50 puts out towards the Atomos. Now, this is not by any way a criticism of the Atomos. The experiment was, if I use my M50 and record to an Atomos, am I going to get better quality video? Now, all I've noticed is that the files are much bigger, and there are 60 frames per second, as opposed to what I'm recording here at 25 frames per second. So I can slow down, I do a bit of slow motion to a certain degree, and I'm still going to retain a lot of those frames, so it kind of looks nicer. But I cannot, by any stretch of the imagination, say that I am capturing a better image from what is being captured internally. So obviously what the M50 is outputting through its HDMI port is practically as low quality as what is capturing inside the camera itself. So I think this one's been busted. I can't say that you're going to get any better results by attaching a Atomos Ninja V to your M50. So obviously leave that for more capable cameras, maybe something like the Nikon Z6 or maybe the Canon R, which are some of the newer systems and have a lot better outputs. So if you're thinking about buying the Atomos to use it with a little camera like the M50, stop right there and save yourself a lot of money, because you are not going to improve the quality of your video in any way. Now, like I said, I purchased it for a totally different reason. I have it and I use it as an external recorder, and it does a wonderful job. So I can get 80 minutes worth of recording non-stop from whatever the output device is. I use it obviously from a streaming deck, and so I'm capturing the video that's coming straight out of that. And I can do that anywhere. I could do it remotely. I can do it, on the field. And the great thing about it is that when I use that, I don't have to take my computer with me. So I can record straight to the Atomos, and it just it's a little lifesaver because obviously of the quality and the length of video you can actually capture. So that's it. That is the video, my friends. I hope you got something out of it, at least save you some money because you thought that people are using the Ninja, that you may want to use it with your M50 to improve the quality. But the answer is no. I do not recommend that you get it for that reason. But if you are getting it for a more capable camera, then I can recommend this device highly. The make is awesome, the quality of the capture is awesome, the length, the battery life, all the accessories that are coming now are all worth the price. Still one of the cheapest and most capable recording devices on the market today. So that's it. If you liked the video, give me a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And until the next time, ciao for now.